Up until this point, we've been using the unnamed or default register to perform our cut, copy, and paste operations. There are actually many types of registers in Vim, but we're going to focus on the next two most commonly used registers. The first is numbered registers, and the other register type is called named registers. Registers are preceded with a double quote. The unnamed register is actually double quote, double quote. The numbered registers are 0 through 9, so register 0 is double quote 0, and register 9 is double quote 9, and so on. The unnamed register contains the last bit of text from an operation like delete or yank, as you've already seen. But to be completely accurate, Vim fills the unnamed register with text copied or deleted with a D, C, S, X, and Y commands, although we haven't covered all of them yet. Quickly, C is the change command and S is the substitute command. In any case, register 0 contains the text from the most recent yank operation, and register 1 contains the most recent text from a delete or change operation. With each successive deletion or change, Vim shifts the previous contents of register 1 into register 2 into register 3, and so forth, losing the previous contents of register 9. It falls off the end, if you will. Let's put this into action. Let's move down to the line that starts with to do. Now let's yank it with YY. YY to yank. And now to look at the registers, we can type :reg and press enter. The first register you see is the unnamed register represented by double quote, double quote. Remember, any text yanked or deleted will be stored there. Also notice that register 0 contains the yanked text as well, because register 0 always contains the text from the most recent yank operation. Executing the put command duplicates this line as expected. So we'll press enter here and press P, and the line is duplicated. Now let's move down a line and delete that with DD. We'll move down one with J and type DD. When you look at the registers now with :reg enter, you'll see that the unnamed register contains the deleted text as well as register 1. That's because register 1 stores the most recent deleted text. Also notice that register 0 still contains the text we yanked. Let's press enter to return to normal mode, and let's see what happens if we execute the put command, capital P, Shift P. That's right, the line you deleted is pasted because it was what was stored in the unnamed register. But let's say what you really wanted to do was paste the yanked text. So you can undo your mistake with U. We'll do that now. U undoes that mistake. Now to paste the most recently yanked text, proceed the put command with the register. So type double quote 0 followed by Shift P. Now the desired text is pasted. Can you see how storing the most recent yanked text in one register while storing the most recent deleted text in another is useful? If you find yourself needing to paste the same thing over and over again while deleting and cleaning up things in between those times, you'll find yourself using the 0 register. Another way you can approach this is to use what's called as the black hole register. The black hole register is represented by double quote underscore. When writing to the black hole register, nothing happens. This is used to delete text without affecting the normal registers. Let's yank this current line with YY. When you look at the registers, we'll do :reg and hit enter. As expected, the text was stored in the unnamed register and the 0 register. Press enter to go back to normal mode. Now let's move down a line and delete it, but this time use the black hole register. To do that, we'll press J to go down a line, type double quote underscore, which represents the black hole register, and then type DD, which is our command. Now let's look at the registers. We'll use :reg and press enter. Nothing changed in the registers. Normally, a deletion operation would cause the unnamed and 1 registers to be changed, but when you use the black hole register, nothing happens. Press enter to go back to normal mode, and now you can paste the to-do text using the unnamed register. So just type P, and to-do is pasted or put on the line below the cursor. Again, with Vim, there is usually more than one way to achieve the exact same end result. Just use what makes the most sense to you. If you like the idea of the black hole register, well then use that. If you want to use the default behavior of yanked text being placed into register 0 and deleted text being placed in register 1, go ahead and use that. Now let's move to another line and delete it with DD. Now when we look at the registers, we see how it's placed in register 1, while what was previously in register 1 is now in register 2 and so on. So if you've recently deleted something and you want to use it again, simply look for it in the numbered registers. For example, let's say we want to paste what's in register 2, the line that says this line needs to be fixed. So we'll press enter to go into normal mode and then type double quote 2 and P, and that line gets pasted. That's numbered registers in a nutshell, but before we move on, I want to point out one more thing. Let's yank the next 3 lines into the unnamed and 0 registers with 3YY, but first, position my cursor down here and do 3YY. Now let's look at registers with :reg and pressing enter. When you looked at what we just yanked, you'll notice a $J symbol. That simply represents a new line character. When you paste that text, that $J will be replaced with an enter effectively. I'm going to reposition my cursor down here a couple of lines and then put this text toward the top of our screen with Z and hit enter. Instead of relying on the numbered register behaviors, you can use named registers. There are 26 named registers from A to Z. Just like you can specify a register when pasting, you can specify one when yanking or deleting. Let's yank the next line of text into the A register. And to do that, we'll use double quote AYY. That yanks the entire line into the A register. Now let's look at the registers with :reg and press enter. You can see that that text is indeed stored in the A named register, which is represented by double quote A. We'll hit enter and go back to normal mode. We'll move down to the next line with J, and this time let's store this text into the B register. So we'll do double quote BYY. Now let's look at the registers again, reg, enter, and you'll see the text that we just yanked in the B register. Hit enter to go back to normal mode. Now you can paste from the A register with double quote AP, as well as the B register with :BP. If you want to append more text to the register, use the capital letter of the register name. So let's move down a line here. We'll go to this line and then type double quote capital A, which is Shift A, YY. Now let's look at the registers. REG, enter. You can see that the line was appended to the existing text. If you were to use lowercase a, then the text would have been replaced. But since we used uppercase A, it appended to the A register. Let's do the same thing with the B register. We'll move down a line, double quote capital B, YY. Look at the registers. And again, you can see that it was appended to the B register. Remember that you can use registers with a delete operation too. So to delete the word zebra into the Z register, we would just position our cursor on that word and type double quote ZDW. By the way, you can look at a specific register by supplying it as an argument to the reg command. So if you want to look at just register Z, we'll type :REGZ and press enter. If you want to look at multiple registers, just list them. Let's try this again. We'll do :REG, let's look at register 1 and Z and press enter. You already know how to repeat a command multiple times by starting that command with a number. Working with registers is no different. Again, you're thinking in Vim. You can use count register operator or register count operator. For example, let's move down to the line of hyphens. I'll do that and reposition the text higher in our screen with Z and hit enter. To yank that into the H register, we can run double quote HYY. If we want to paste 2 lines of dashes or those hyphens there, we can run 2: double quote HP. That simply executes the command twice. You can also use double quote H2P, which does the exact same thing. You've seen and done this type of thing before, so I'm not going to belabor the point here. You've learned a lot in this lesson, so let's take a couple of minutes to quickly recap what you did learn. Remember that in Vim speak, cut, copy, and paste are actually delete, yank, and put. Registers are used to store and retrieve text. Vim's unnamed register, sometimes called the default register, makes it easy to quickly cut, copy, and paste, or should I say delete, yank, and put. The unnamed register contains the contents of the most recent deleted or yanked text. When no register is specified for a command like put, the unnamed register is used. The unnamed register is represented by double quote, double quote. There are 10 numbered registers ranging from 0 to 9. Register 0 contains the text from the most recent yank operation, and Register 1 contains the most recent text from a delete or change operation. With each successive deletion or change, VIM shifts the previous contents of Register 1 into Register 2, 2 into 3, and so forth, losing the previous contents of Register 9. In addition to numbered registers, there are 26 named registers ranging from A to Z. With named registers, you have full control over what goes in each of the named registers. You can even append to a register by using the uppercase version of the register. So to append to register R, for example, use double quote capital R when deleting or yanking. To display the registers, use the :reg command. You can specify a register or list of registers to display by passing them as arguments to the reg command. Otherwise, all the registers are displayed. In addition to all the information you learned about registers, you also learned how to undo a command with U and to redo a command with Control-R. The undo and redo operations undo or redo an entire command, no matter how much or how little text was affected by the command.